Hey everybody, Blind Shooter coming at you once again. Hope you all doing good. So today's video is going to be my recap of the mass shootings this past weekend and wanting to know what the hell happened with Donald Trump. So for those of you that don't know, and I question why you don't know because it's pretty much been all over the news, social media, newspapers, and probably everyone in your social circle is talking about it. But in case you haven't, you've had two mass shootings this weekend, one in El Paso, Texas, the other in Dayton, Ohio, both of which occurred at gun-free zones, and we all know that legal, law-abiding citizens follow the law and don't bring their guns into places they're not supposed to. Criminals don't follow this because they're criminals. That's the definition of a criminal, someone who does not follow the law. Either way, end result is two scumbags whose names are not being mentioned, even though I'm sure you could find their names. Me personally, I'm not giving them their 15 minutes of fame. They don't deserve it. Took AK-47s, which the mass media and Democrats are calling assault rifles, which we all know is a made-up term. Went and shot dead a bunch of people. I believe it was 22 in El Paso and 9 in Dayton, Ohio. Now, with any mass shooting, we all know comes the all-famous call for gun control and banning long rifles and universal background checks. And I'm sure we can all understand the anger that comes from both sides of the aisle. Democrats want more gun control, Republicans don't want it. But yesterday's news conference from President Trump kind of seems like the bastard sold us out. And he's talking now about implementing red flag laws across the country, which it's violating your Fourth Amendment and your Sixth Amendment, because we all know that the court system here in America is extremely backed up. So your court case for getting your guns taken away is going to be at least a year, if not longer. Not to mention unlawful search and seizure, because any Tom, Dick, and Harry can go to a judge, say that you're a threat to yourself just because they hate you, even if you've never given any indication that you are a threat to society. Law enforcement goes and gets the order from a judge to go take your stuff. Bada bing, bada boom. Could be 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, where they kick down your door, take your shit, and you're in trouble for the next year or so, or until your court case gets settled. Trump is also saying that we need to work with social media outlets like Facebook and Twitter to detect early who could be a potential risk for committing a mass shooting. So now not only is Trump violating the Fourth Amendment and the Sixth Amendment along with the Second, but he's infringing on the First Amendment, freedom of speech. Who is going to be looking at social media accounts to say what is a potential risk, what isn't? Nobody knows this for certain, but what we do know is that nothing is sacred anymore. It is up to all of us in the gun community to reach out to those who are anti-gun in the hopes of getting them to realize our cause and that gun owners are not the bad guy. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like Trump, even though he said he was pro-Second Amendment in the beginning stages of his campaign for presidency, he's not. I know we all kind of got divided with the whole bump stock thing, but now with him taking the side of the Democrats for red flags, to me, that was kind of the final nail in the coffin. And as much as I support the United States of America and I'm a registered Republican, I'm considering myself a constitutionalist and a patriot, and I will support and defend the Constitution to the United States of America until the day I die. Republican or Democrat, if you violate the rights that we were given by the Founding Fathers, you do not get my support either way. Kind of surprised, I'm not going to lie, that he actually did give in to Democrats, and I wonder if Hillary Clinton was on her knees sucking him dry in the Oval Office for him to cave the way he did. But that's between the two of them. Don't really want to know the answer to that one, but either way, like I said, it's up to all of us to reach across the aisle, listen to what those who are anti-gun have to say, even though it's probably going to anger us and we want to fight back and yell at them, we need to stop, take a deep breath, hear them out. Once we're done hearing them out, let's educate them as best as possible. If you don't know the actual answer, research it and send it to that person. I've always said knowledge is power, and the more people we educate, the better it's going to be for us. Now, maybe taking them to a gun range is a little advanced for someone who's been anti-gun their entire life, or just now jumping on the anti-gun bandwagon after all these mass shootings, but something needs to be done on our part so we can get more people to support the second, or at the very least become neutral. Even getting someone to become neutral is a win, because if they're neutral, they're not against us, and every little bit helps. Also, just want to add that a fellow YouTuber, Nightstrike, is doing an Indiegogo campaign for GunTube. He's trying to get a pro-Second Amendment streaming platform for those of us to broadcast on there, so we don't have to worry about platforms like YouTube silencing us, like they've done to other content providers. And if you guys can't donate, that's fine. At the very least, he asks that you please spread the word and help get as much support behind him as possible. Until next time, everybody, God bless the United States. Don't ever apologize for being American. I'll catch you all soon.